Good afternoon. My name is Junior Ezeonu, and I serve on the Grand Prairie City Council. Was recently reelected back in May of this year. And I want to give Jeff a big thank you and to the whole Crimson Pack for their support in my election. We were able to win with a pretty sizable margin. I got about 62% of the vote, and the closest opponent to me had about 25%. So just major thank you for your support. For those that don't know, Grand Prairie, Texas is a suburb of about 209,000 people right by Dallas, Texas. I was first elected back in 2021 at the age of 22 years old, becoming the youngest person ever elected and the first African American elected since the early 1990s. So major thank you to everyone who was involved to help me get reelected to continue serving our city. As I previously stated earlier on, some of the work that we had done within my first 3 years on council, I was very proud of. We reduced the property tax rate twice. We increased the homestead exemption to 15% to help out our taxpayers to save money on their property taxes on their homes. We instituted the VIA Grand Prairie microtransit system, which is a rideshare transport system that'll take anybody in our city across the whole city for $3 a ride. And for college students, they'll take them to nearby universities like UT Arlington, Dallas Baptist University, Mountain View campus with Dallas College, and Tarrant County Community College Southeast campus for $3 a ride as well. So a really robust program helping out the working class folks in our city, middle class folks in our city that don't have a car, maybe don't want to drive on a given day. I'm also really proud of how we increased the minimum wage for all part-time and full-time city employees from $15 an hour for part-time and $17.82 an hour for full-time, making sure that anyone that works for the city is getting paid a living wage. So as I previously stated, I was reelected in May, and some of my accomplishments in the last about 2.5, 3 months that I'm very, very proud of. As a city council, as a collective body, we increased the homestead exemption another 2.5% to now 17.5% for all residents that live in our city that own a home and apply for that exemption. They will all get it and allow them to save hundreds of dollars on their annual property taxes from on the city side. Also very proud of the budget that we're going to approve next month in September. It's going to be a $540 million budget. So, our city has grown and we're providing a lot more city services for our residents. $540 million budget that's going to focus on everything that goes from just basic infrastructure, capital improvement projects to our water systems, our recreation centers, paying our city employees, city staff, just making sure that we're running the city properly, our police, our fire, all the things that deal with city government. Very proud of this budget cycle. And I serve on the Finance and Government Committee. So we're the ones that make the biggest changes and alterations to the budget to make sure that we're covering everything that we need to keep moving our city in a progressive direction. Also very proud of some community events that I have held this summer. Annually, I do a community basketball game called the Epic Showdown, where I have teenagers in our community play against our police department in Grand Prairie, Texas. And the reason I do this game is I focus, primarily kids that are going to play are going to be kids of color that come from minority communities. And I want them to see the officers, and the same thing, I want the officers to see the kids as regular people. I want them to see each other as folks that both live and serve in this community in some form of fashion, and that we're all one. And that if there's ever an incident in our community, the children have the confidence and feel that they can reach out and call the police to help them, assist them on a problem instead of being afraid of them. And the same thing for the cops. I want the cops to see these young men, especially these young men of color, as regular folks like them. And this is the third year we've had the game, and it's always a lot of fun. The first year we beat the cops. That's why I got that little trophy right over there. Last year, the cops came back and beat us, but then this year we beat them again. So we're very proud of that. It was a lot of fun. Had over 500 people come out. We had a lot of the Divine Nine fraternities and sororities in attendance that came out and supported and even strolled for a little bit. So it was a good time. It was a very good time. And then last Saturday, I had my 4th annual community picnic and school supplies drive. And the intention behind this event is I invite everybody that lives in the city and lives anywhere in the DFW area or wherever to come out, try various foods from different cultures here in our community. The food is catered by different businesses, local businesses in our community. Try the food, but also as you're eating and you're coming out to enjoy, bring school supplies to support a school in our city. And I choose a school in our city a school that's within the city of Grand Prairie, where students are coming from economically challenged parts of our town, underserved parts of our town, and just try to lighten their load as they begin the school year, especially for those parents. I think we all can understand. Maybe it wasn't us in particular, but for me, I was one of those kids that it was hard for my parents when we were growing up. We came from a more lower on the socioeconomic ladder status and got moved up over time. But having this program, having this event where we're able to gather hundreds, and this year we gathered over 250 brand new backpacks to assist the students at this school, Delmas Morton Elementary School in Grand Prairie, Texas, with backpacks, brand new backpacks, hundreds of school supplies, crayons, pencils, notebooks, binders, what have you, so much. And I was very proud to have this event and then deliver the school supplies to the teachers and the principal. And they were so, so grateful. But it's a blessing to be able to serve in our community and to create these programs and these events that bring people out. The turnout that we had at that event was just shy of 400 people that came out. We had snow cone trucks. We had a bounce house, video game trucks for the kids, face painters. It's all about creating an environment where people feel that their voices can be heard, but also they have a relatable individual that's serving and trying to create opportunities for them to thrive. And one thing I will speak about these different community events that I do every year and throughout the year that I'm very proud of is that you'll have residents that don't want to come to a town hall meeting, but don't mind coming to an event where they can have a good time. They can eat, they can fellowship with other neighbors, and they'll catch you and they'll ask you a question regarding an issue in their community that they may have not been comfortable enough to ask you at a town hall or to email you. And that's why for me, it's so important. And I take a lot of pride in it and having these community gathering events to allow folks to, hey, come and talk to me as a person. Come and talk to me when I'm not wearing my tie or in my suit. And people are very comfortable in those lesser stressed environments and are always willing to chat and ask for assistance. And I'm always able to help them and get the work done for them. So those are some of the things that I'm very proud of that we've accomplished in just the last 3 months.